Hello, ICD Youth. If you do not know me, hi, I'm Tyler, and I'm a junior at St. Dominic High School. If you're wondering why the heck I said my name like that, then you've probably been living under a rock for your time at Magnify, because Matthew's probably said it 1,000 times. But if you're wondering why he does say that, it is from my first discipleship group at Magnify as a freshman, and we're going around saying our names, and I guess I said my name very weird, and so now it is stuck for the past 3 years, and that is what when everyone looks at me, that's what they think of. So if you didn't know that, now you know. So I'm here to talk to you guys about what I've been doing over this quarantine time and give you guys a little bit of advice for what you guys can do to better make this quarantine and make it for the better. So what I've been doing is I've been really trying to almost embrace the suffering of quarantine, and like it couldn't have been in any perfect time where in Lent that we are going through this, the time that of Jesus' death and how he suffered the most. And what a perfect way that we can also embrace in that suffering through this quarantine of not being able to see our friends or go to school or play sports or even just go out into the community, do normal things that people want to do, that we are instead stuck to our houses. So what a better way that we can embrace that and be share in God's suffering. So I've also been trying to start and end my day with prayer. Just wake up, say a quick short morning prayer, and then when I go to bed, also saying some sort of prayer before I go to sleep. I've also been trying to add in a little prayer every once in a while, whether it be a rosary, scripture reading, even like a liturgy of the hours, or just finding a prayer online or in a prayer book that I could say. I've also been trying to communicate with friends outside of this, so hopping on FaceTimes, Zooms, trying to keep up with them as much as possible, and even hanging out with them, even if it is through a screen. Now for some advice that I will give you guys. In one of Matthew's talks from a few weeks ago from Magnify, he used this quote by Pope St. John Paul II, and he said, "Don't waste your suffering." And so you might think about that, like usually when we say something like "don't waste the cake" or "don't waste your food," like it's something like good that we want. But like in this case, he's saying don't waste your suffering. And it's kind of a weird way to think about it, but really what's coming from this is we have all this time to do whatever we want, to engage in new things, to find things that we love and that we haven't had the time to ever do before. So that's one of my advice, is don't waste your suffering, because you'll probably regret it after all this happens and all your friends are saying what they did over the quarantine, and all you have to say is that you laid in bed and watched Netflix the whole time. So don't waste your suffering. Find like a project that you'd want to do, something that you could become interested, like art. For me, I am working on a trail in the forest that I have in the backyard. I want to make a trail that goes through it that I eventually want to turn into a prayer garden. If there's some sort of subject of school that you like, for me, computer science, I've been working coding things, programming stuff, learning about that. Also, into your faith life, look up other people's talks. I mean, there's lots of other people on like YouTube, podcasts that have like said how to overcome this. They also have beautiful talks about other subjects. People like Bishop Robert Barron has podcasts. He also has a YouTube channel. Go listen to him. Ascension Press is a very popular one. Also, the past Magnify talks, you can go listen to those too. And then also pick one thing that you want to do every day, whether it be pray a rosary, read from scripture, anything along those lines. Just say like a little prayer every day at the same time. Just add one thing to your day that you're going to do for every day during this quarantine, and then by the end you're not going to want to stop doing it. You want to keep going, and then you won't need the quarantine to do that thing anymore. So that's my advice for you guys. I hope that I will see you all soon in person and not through a screen, and that we'll be able to dance and sing and have awesome Magnifies like we always do. So yeah, thank you guys.